What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. Today, Samsung just dropped One UI 6.0 Beta 3 here in the US. Well, actually about 8 hours ago, they dropped it while I was sleeping. So today I'm a little late, but I'm still gonna show you guys some of the new features I found. Not a lot of really new features, but some subtle improvements that people have asked for have now come to One UI 6.0 Beta 3. So we're gonna talk about that. And of course, we'll talk about the animations, as everybody always wants to talk about animations when any new One UI beta arrives. So before we do that, I do want to thank my son Jonathan for giving me this grizzly bear to hang out over here today. We finally have him back. I'm recovering a little bit from being sick, so sounding a little bit better today. I also want to remind you guys, if you're going to be ordering Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, or S24 Ultra early next year when Samsung releases them in January or February, and you're ordering in the US, make sure to sign up for one of my free mystery boxes. You get a free case, a free cleaning kit, free other accessories as well, like a desktop phone stand. There's going to be some other bonuses this year. We cover all the shipping. It's going to be in the pinned comment description to sign up if you're interested. This year, we're also doing a pretty crazy bonus. For every 500 people who order through my link, we're going to give away a 75-inch Samsung TV. So if 500 people order through my link, we're going to give away one. If 1,000 people order, we'll give away two, etc. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping this is going to be our biggest launch ever. 100% no cost to you. All you have to do is use my affiliate link to order your device from Samsung, and all the details are below. Check it out. We love doing that for the community. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the One UI 6.0 Beta 3. I made a little keep document here to kind of keep me on pace here, so I know everything that I wanted to talk about. The very first thing that is new is the emoji. So let's actually talk about that. They revamped the emoji a little bit. I think Samsung heard that people were criticizing their emoji choices in the very first couple of betas, and so they have revamped some of the emoji slightly. You can compare them to the previous one, but side by side I've compared them, and they are a little bit different. Some of the emoji have been modified to look a little more realistic, and so this is a change that some people were asking for, because again, a lot of people were criticizing the emoji that were in the first couple beta, and some people did not like them, and so perhaps fairly so, and Samsung has done something to modify it a little bit. Whether or not it's a big enough change for you, I don't know, but they did try to make some modifications there. The next thing is the performance profile has now been moved in the settings. So let's go in here to settings. It's been moved to device care. So now if you go to device care, you'll now find your performance profile right down here. Of course, that is not where it was before. It's a slightly different setting. Just important because if you're like me and you like to run light mode on your S23 Ultra or your Fold to get extra battery life, which I run my S23 Ultra in light mode almost all the time, unless I'm really doing some crazy multitasking. It really is nice to know where that is so you can find it when you do need it. The next thing is battery. So they've changed the way that the battery looks in the battery menu. So if you actually go down to the battery stats, you'll also see down here where you look in device care. You can see in device care inside here, when you go to battery, you've changed the way the layout looks. And now it also shows charging. You can see charged 100%, the little text right there. It's a slightly different layout and look for the battery graph, in addition to adding that charging information. Again, just a subtle change, but something that Samsung's trying to do to give you extra information about your battery stats, which we all love, of course, because we're enthusiasts. It's nice to have that extra information. The next thing is, and this is a really big one right here, there's actually two changes that I'll show here in the quick settings. The media player collapsed state, it now remembers the collapsed state. So first, if you go in here and you have your media player expanded like this, it's now going to show you the expanded state. If you come back to your notification shade, it's still expanded. This was a complaint that a lot of people had, and of course, if it's collapsed, then when you come back, it's going to be collapsed. A lot of people complain that, they would expand their media player, they'd be listening to some music, and then they'd come back, and then the media player would automatically collapse in the first couple betas. That's no longer the case with this beta, and it's really nice to see Samsung listening to our feedback in this particular instance. The other thing that a lot of people complained about in the first couple betas was the background blur. And you can see that Samsung has really went through links to make the background blur look extra beautiful. I think it looks really nice now on this version. You can kind of see it even better if you do have, let me go in here and minimize that. You can see a little better there how it peeks through the different notification tiles, which looks really nice because now they're separated. Another subtle change that I think a lot of people were talking about in the first couple betas, and Samsung has once again listened to our feedback and brought us a nice change there. Now, the one new feature, and actually let me go ahead, I didn't even show you guys the changelog. If you download the One UI 6.0 Beta 3 and you look at the changelog, the only new feature in this update, which was about 1.2 gigabytes, I believe, almost 1.3, this ends in ZWIA. The only new feature is the video player enhanced layout. So this is the new feature that Samsung calls out specifically. And I'll show you guys this one as well. So let me actually go into the video player, which I opened earlier. And this is the new layout. You can see here at the bottom, the controls are a lot cleaner. It's a lot easier to navigate around the controls. And you can see down here, you now have various playback speed options all the way up to 2x and 0.25 down here. And the animations actually getting in and out of these is really nice. You can actually minimize this, go picture in picture down there, expand it to full view, rotate, lock your rotation. Down here, of course, you have this ability to export it to a GIF or GIF, closed captioning, you know, everything else that you normally have there, but they've revamped the entire layout of the video player. Also inside of the changelog, it does mention that they enhanced the playback speed controls where you can choose between several playback speeds, which I just showed you as well. And the play button has been moved to the center of the screen. So you can see that really does kind of make a bigger difference. Now because the play button is right there, it's not at the bottom. It's a little bit easier, more visible to navigate around the video player. So whether or not you use Samsung's video player, I guess will depend on whether or not this is a big change, but it's definitely an interesting one. And I definitely like it. It makes everything more visible at the bottom. I will say, I'll comment on, I think that's everything in the changes that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. But I will say, for the animations, they seem pretty good on this one. Definitely no jankiness to the animations. I don't know that they are the perfect animations that everyone wanted to see, but they're certainly better and smoother in my opinion, especially the recent apps animation, which you guys just saw right there. I think it looks a lot better in One UI 6.0 Beta 3. No one's ever going to be happy with animations. Someone has also said that there's a new wake animation that looks like the Pixel one. It's hard to tell on this wallpaper, but it's supposed to be a delayed wake up where you actually see the background of your wallpaper and then the rest of it illuminates like on the Pixel. I can kind of see it with this wallpaper, but I may have to test it with some other ones. And I really did want to get the video done for you guys to see the new features. Also, of course, I'll be testing battery life. I just installed it like an hour ago, so can't really say too much about battery life. But if you follow me on Twitter, of course, I'll post more about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. One UI 6.0 Beta 3 is here. Shouldn't have too much longer, maybe a month before we get the stable release. Definitely follow me over on Twitter and all the other things for updates on Samsung stuff. Subscribe to the channel, like if you enjoyed the video. And again, if you're going to order an S24 device, make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment description. Sign up for one of our free mystery boxes here in the US. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.